Alright, every bead maker needs to make sets. Sort of. I'm not saying it's a rule that should apply to everyone, but variety can be a very good thing. So I made a few sets in fives, to go with necklaces, to make necklaces out of, earrings, whatever. And this is a red crayon covered in a cherry wood strike. Nice 5-piece set. Just on a hemp wire. There's no real order to them other than their cylinders. Got a little bit of clear on this one. Didn't get red, but it still works. Here's some nice blue ones. It's a big one. I was gonna make it for myself, but then I decided to sell it. Some nice encased blue. You can see the silver content. And it's all using encased in clear. So it's got that three-dimensional. Keep saying I love it, but I love this part of glass where things are suspended and it looks like liquid. If you froze it in a moment of time, it has that three-dimensional liquid effect to it. And this abundance of clear rod that was left over from some school experiments, I thought I'd use it to turn them into beads. So it's got that nice, just enough color, just enough clear. Here's some. The color turns green when you cover it in clear, but originally out of the flame it's actually blue. So if you look on the sides, it's dark blue, but when light reflects off of it and it's encased in clear, it's green, which isn't a bad thing. You know, like the air bubbles, because the air bubbles contribute to that depth. Here's another set, the same color. It's got those ridges from how I coiled the clear glass onto them. And all these can be found on my Etsy shop. Just look in the item description, or look in the video description and you'll find a link. Here's sort of the first one. When I started thinking I'd do sets, these are the first ones I made. Some of them have chill marks. I think there's dimple. There's a dimple. There's a couple dimples. But it's a nice blue. It's that nice deep rich blue. And borosilicate glass, it's hard to get those rich vibrant colors. Yet somehow, here it is. I think it's blue lightning or blue thunder. It's one of those two. It's not North Star. I think it's Mamka or maybe Tag. Then here's a good one. These are white core, but with a halfway clear color coding. So they're whitish, opal, and blue and purple. Very subdued blue, very subdued purple. But it definitely has that opal look with the white background and the clear silver. I believe it's silver tears. You get hooked on making these things just because the next morning when they come out of the kiln from annealing, It's like you have some new treasures, and they're hard to part with. Even if you don't string them up, they're like little gems. This one's got some nice blue. And lastly, of all the cool reactive colors, this is a double amber purple over white. And this really has an amber, it looks amber at the core, but it's really white. And it's a clear color encased in clear. What I mean by clear color is that it's not opaque in the rod form. And it strikes to purple in the flame. So this has sort of a purple haze, purple glow over amber over white. So you really get the three-dimensional depth of the bubbles and all the waves, all the wavy characteristics of color. You also get a three-dimensional filtering, or whatever you call it, with shining a light through a prismatic effect, a tinting of the color as it gets reflected off these different layers of glass. Not too many air bubbles, not too little. These are my favorites of all the strings I've made so far. Got pink and purple and amber, maybe a little yellow. Definitely that opal quality where it's bluish, but it's also semi-transparent. And I know I said those were the last, but these I made. Still debating whether I should actually put these up or string them on a necklace for myself. These are tiger beads. What I did is I laid down an orange core, then put down white stripes, and put down black on the white, and then encased the rest in clear. So they're three-dimensional tiger stripes in that clear encased quality. And they vary in size and length. But you can definitely get the sense that white is probably the most difficult color to work in borosilicate glass, because it's the tin in the white just tends to heat up and produce gas when almost at the melting point of the color. So you have to keep it moving, or it bubbles. It's that boiling. I like these. You can find all these on my Etsy shop. Just look in the video description for a link, or search Silent Lightning Glass. Sometimes I have stuff on eBay under the same name as my YouTube account. I make marbles, beads, getting into making oil candles. Don't make pipes. There's so many pipe makers out there who work with Pyrex, borosilicate. I really don't want to make pipes. I have nothing against pipe makers. I just don't want to make pipes. I'd rather make other stuff. I've made pipes before. I admit to it. But beads and marbles seem to be my favorite. Those were my beads. My sets.